It's very important to take care of yourself. Everyone's lives are so busy. Take at least an hour a day to recharge and do whatever makes you better. For grown-ups, whether it's a spa, sitting in a park with a book, or coffee, take time for yourself. Everyone wants to be happy. People find happiness in different ways. While you want to pursue your career 100%, I think it is very hard to give 100% in something else. It's important to find this balance, and priorities change throughout life. There's really not much friendship between the girls on tour. There's so much rivalry and jealousy, so everyone just hangs out in their own camp. In the locker room and players' lounge, you can feel the jealousy. When you have tough times, and when you learn you can't be perfect in every situation, it's hard to accept, because I still do expect that. But you just have to, because, it's not about the situation. It's how you deal with it. You always have a choice. If I weren't a tennis player, I'd probably be a psychologist. I'm quite an emotional person. I cry a lot. I do not like conflict, so if I have an argument with my parents, I'll often cry. I become too emotional. Ever since I was a kid, I've always thought it very important to be happy inside. There's a lot of bad things happening in the world, but it's important to try to stay happy and appreciate what you've got, and don't look externally for the happiness. For me, it is important to do well in what I'm doing, to achieve the goals I have for myself. When you mature, you also get more secure about yourself. You see things differently. I try not to think about the person, just their tactics, their weaknesses and strengths. I play against the ball. It's important to understand that you have to dedicate time to your sponsors, to have relationships with the people and the media, but it is also hard when you are first coming up and your primary focus is on tennis. I believe I have quality, and that's why I won a Grand Slam, so I know I can do it again. I work out a lot, but it changes day to day. I always start out with some cardio, either a jog, a bike ride, or footwork drills designed specifically for tennis movement. Then I do weights, but I switch the days. One day it's upper body, the next day it's lower body. Then I do stomach and back pretty much every day. I like to have my privacy. I don't like people knowing what I do in my free time. I am also a very shy person, but I understand that people want to know more. Fame and success and titles stay with you, but they wear out eventually. In the end, all that you are left with is your character. I'm very proud to be a professional tennis player. I'm really happy to be doing something that I love. With this comes responsibility, and I am honored when I am told that I have inspired someone to play tennis. I like men who have goals, something that they are passionate about and work hard to achieve. A good sense of humor is important too. And I like tall guys. I like to be alone and listen to music. Every match I play, I have a tune in my head over and over. It might only be a few words or a small piece of the tune, but it can drive you mad. If I make a change to a young kid to play any sport, not only tennis. Instead of spending time in front of the TV or computer, that is good. I want to give them a good example. Hey, go out and play and see the world. When I'm very motivated, and when I have to compete, I change a little bit. I become very competitive. Once you are on court, it doesn't matter the way you look. It doesn't help you win points. If you are happy in your private life, and that will affect your tennis, and that will help you, actually. I need 9 hours of sleep because of all the activity I do. It doesn't always happen, but I really try. It's not good to stretch when you're cold. Get your heart rate up, and once you finish, take time to stretch and let your body calm down. You learn how to accept the way things are, and the sooner you accept them, the sooner you become at peace with them, and then the things start to get better. Anna Schweinsteiger Ivanovic, born 6 November 1987, was born in Belgrade, SFR Yugoslavia. Her mother, Dragana, a lawyer, has been courtside during most of her matches. Her father Miroslav, a self-employed businessman, attended as many events as he possibly could. Ivanovic has a younger brother, Milos, with whom she loved to play basketball. Ivanovic first picked up a racket at the age of 5 after watching Monica Seles, a fellow Yugoslav, on television. She started her career after memorizing the telephone number of a local tennis clinic from an advertisement. Ana Ivanovic is a Serbian former professional tennis player. She became the world number 1 in 2008 after she won the 2008 French Open, and held the top ranking for a total of 12 weeks. She was also the runner-up at the 2007 French Open and the 2008 Australian Open, losing to Justine Henin and Maria Sharapova respectively. She qualified for the year-end WTA Tour Championships 3 times, in 2007, 2008 and 2014, and won the year-end WTA Tournament of Champions twice, in 2010 and 2011. Ivanovic won 15 WTA Tour singles titles, and 1 Grand Slam singles title, the French Open in 2008. Additionally, during this time, she earned over $15.5 million in prize money, which is the 25th highest in the all-time rankings. In June 2011, she was named one of the 30 Legends of Women's Tennis. Past, Present and Future, by Time, and was also included on the list of Top 100 Greatest Players Ever, male and female combined, by reporter Matthew Cronin. Her breakthrough came at the 2004 Zurich Open, where she qualified and was narrowly beaten by Venus Williams in the second round in 2 tiebreak sets. By the age of 18, Ivanovic had already defeated established players such as Svetlana Kuznetsova, Nadia Petrova, Vera Zvonareva, and Amelie Mauresmo. Ivanovic was known for her aggressive style of play and impressive forehand, described by Petrova as the best out there. Ivanovic's struggles after winning the 2008 French Open were well documented. After that victory, she was overwhelmed by attention and endured an ongoing period of reduced success, failing to make a Grand Slam quarterfinal in her subsequent 17 Grand Slam tournaments, and dropping as low as number 65 in the rankings during July 2010. In 2012, Ivanovic reached her first Grand Slam quarterfinal since her French Open victory at the 2012 US Open, thereby achieving the feat of reaching the quarterfinals at all 4 Grand Slam tournaments, and finished with a year-end top 15 ranking for the first time since 2008. In 2014, Ivanovic enjoyed a resurgence, beginning with her victory in the Auckland Open, her first singles title in over 2 years. Before going on to win the Monterey Open, Aegon Classic and the Pan Pacific Open. She qualified for competition in the WTA Tour Championships and secured a year-end ranking of number 5, signifying her return to the world's elite. In 2015, Ivanovic made it to the semi-finals of a major for the first time in 7 years at the French Open. In late December 2016, she announced her retirement, citing being no longer able to perform to a high standard as a major factor.